Hello guys, welcome back to Coding Cafe. My name is Mohammed Ali, and in the previous video tutorial I hope you remember that we have successfully created an activity for the reset password and then we design it. Okay, in this video tutorial we are going to allow a user to when a user forget his password, we will allow a user to set, or you can say reset, his password. So yeah, that's it. Now before we proceed, one thing which I want to tell you guys is go to the reset password activity, and we have done the step in the previous video tutorial. Okay, so make sure that you have followed these. And if we go to the settings activity, there by mistake we just do one mistake here. Okay, and that mistake is just to the name of our this intent will be checked. Okay, so make sure to do the same. So remove the settings from here, and here we can simply type check and then replace check with the settings. Okay, so the name will be check and the value of it will be settings, and then close this and go to the login activity, and the same we will do here. Okay, for the intent, so remove this login, and then you can type check and replace this check with login. Okay, and then we are verifying it here. Okay, if it is equals to setting and login. So yeah, that is okay. Now the next thing is to basically initialize these fields. So let's do that. So go to the reset password activity, and here we can say private, and we need to initialize the text view which we use as a title for that page. Okay, if I show you, then it is basically this one. Okay, which is reset password. Also let's change the ID of this to, we can just give it any name, that is, let's say page underscore title. Okay, and then come here, and here we can say page title, and here we can initialize it below this check. So we can say page title equals to find view by ID or dot ID dot page title. And if we go back, then we have the find phone number, title of the questions, which is this one, and question 1 and question 2. So let's initialize that quickly also. So we have added text. The first one is for the phone number, then we have the second added text for question 1 and question 2. So we can say question 1 comma question 2. Then we have the this title, okay, which is title questions. So it is a text view, so we can say title questions. And the last thing is this verify button, so let's add that too. So we can say verify button. Now we can initialize that quickly here 6 times. Okay, and then we have page title, we already did. Then we have title questions. Then we, for this, the ID is title questions. Then we have phone number, question 1, question 2. Then we have let's give ID to it, which is find phone number. Okay, find phone number. The ID for the question 1 is question 1, question 2. Then we Okay, just a button left. Okay, so verify button, and let's give ID to it, which is verify button, and let's remove this one. Now in the onStart method, if the user comes from the settings activity, which means if checked out equals to settings, okay, then we have to change it accordingly. First let's do it from the, so if a user comes from the settings, then we have to change this title, which is reset password. Okay, we will change it to set questions. So this is basically by the name title questions. Okay, so let's change this here. We can just say title questions dot set text, and we can say that is set questions. So that will be the page title, or you can say on the app bar it will be displaying. Okay, and the next thing which we want to do is, in case of that questions, we want to I mean if the user come from the settings activity, we want to hide this one. Okay, the phone number. So yeah, so we can just say phone number dot set visibility to gone, visibility view dot gone, or that is visible dot gone. Sorry, it is view dot gone. Okay, and now the next thing which we want to do in that case is just to change this text. Okay, so for the time saving, I'm going to copy this text, which is answer the following questions. Okay, in case of reset password, what we're gonna do is, sorry, I mean the ID, this is basically the page title is this one. Okay, so this will be the page title. We can say page title, and then for the title questions we can say set text, and inside this quotation paste this. Okay, and here we can say please set answers for the following security questions. Okay, and the user has to set that. So in case of forget password, the user has to answer it from the forget password activity. Anyways, now the next thing is to change this verify text. Okay, for this button. So in case of verify, we can say update, that is the user will write the answer of this question, and then we can change the text of it to set or update. Okay, set will be good. So the name of this button is verify button dot set text, and the text will be set is good. Okay, set. And yeah, that's it, that's all what we want. And basically we need to move this phone number set visibility, control X. Okay, and in onStart activity we can paste that here. Okay, so the visibility will be gone, and then if the user come from the login activity, which is basically the, I mean to the forget password activity, so we have to make this thing visible. Okay, view dot visible. So yeah, the rest of the thing will remain the same, and now we have to work on the button, that is if the user click, in case if the user comes from the settings activity. So if it is settings, then what we gonna do here, we can just say verify button dot set on click listener, new on click listener, and then the user will answer question 1 and question 2, and then the user will click on the verify button, which is in case of settings it is set. Okay, I mean that button will be set. We will treat it as a set button to set the questions. So first we have to get the answer of the question 1 and question 2. So let's do it. So we can say question 1 equals to question 1, and what's the name of it is question. Okay, we have to change the name, okay, or the string, because both of these have same name, so we have to differentiate it. So we can say question 1 dot get text dot to string. Same we will do for the question 2, that is to get the answer of it. So we can say answer 2, and it is by name question 2. So once it is done, we have to check if question 1 dot equals to null, that is if it is empty we have to tell the user to please write both questions. Okay, also let's add it here, which will be and question 2 dot equals to null. We just need to write a toast message to the user, that is please answer both questions. And if everything is okay, you can say else. We need to create a database reference. Get reference, and we have to create a reference. If I show you, we have to create a reference to our users node. Okay, and inside the users node we will create a sub parent node that will store all these questions. Okay, so we can just say dot child. We have to make a reference to the users node first, okay, which is this one. And then what we're going to do is we have to check for the specific user who is online, who is going to set the questions. And for that, for the time saving, go to the main activity first. Okay, and here we have this allow access method, and in here to get the ID we have to create an instance of our users model class. Okay, so copy this thing. Okay, copy it. Let's come back to the reset password, and what we're gonna do is here inside the on start, what we're gonna do is here we can just paste it. Okay, and okay, instead of that, this is a long thing we need to do. We have to do it by using a shortcut, and instead of this main activity, go to the home activity. Okay, just I saw one thing here on the home activity. Close the main activity, and on the home activity, if you come down, then here inside this one create, we have when we display the current username and the picture of the user, okay, on the drawable on our home activity basically. So all you're gonna need is just to copy this prevalent.current online user.get name, and if I show you, then this current online user is basically the with the help of it we can directly get the user phone. Okay, so how we can do this? So come here to the reset password activity, and now what we're gonna do is after this users we can say dot child and paste that here. Okay, and once you paste it, instead of this get name you can say get phone, and that's it. Now put a semicolon here. Let's move this to the next line so that we can see it more clearly. Okay, so users, then the online user phone number, which is basically this node. Okay, for specific user who is online and who is going to set the questions. Okay, so users phone number, and the next thing is to set the thing. So yeah, we can say reference dot child, and now we are going to add another child which will be for the question. So we can say, we can give it a name as security questions. Okay, security questions. But before we do that, we need a hash map. Let's close this prevalent and this home activity, and then go to the register activity. And on the register activity, if you scroll down, we need to just copy paste this hash map, and we will change it according to our needs. So paste that here. Okay, and hash map user data map, or you can change the name of this user data map. So the first thing which we get is the question, so we can give it a name as answer 1. Okay, then we have answer 2, and it is stored inside the answer 1 variable and then answer 2 variable. So yeah, that's it. And now we can store it by using the reference. So reference dot child, and the child will be our by the name security questions dot update children, and pass the user data map to it. Dot add on complete listener, new on complete listener. Now make sure to put a semicolon here, and then here we can say if task dot is successful, let me check something. Yeah, this is okay. So if the task is successful, then we can just tell the user that is the security question set successfully. You have set the you have answered the security questions successfully. I mean, whatever the message you want to tell the user, okay? So set or update it, whatever it is. So yeah, we are done now. Now we have to test the app from the settings activity, since you know that we have do it from the settings activity till now. So the app is running now successfully. Let's go to the let's log in first, and also let me show you guys the database. So I'm going to log in by this user, okay? Yes, Muhammad Ali. So the phone number, then the password, and now let's click on login. So logged in successfully. Now let's go to the settings, and here you can see we have this set security questions button. So if we click on that, then here you can see it. Set questions, please set answer for the following security questions. So first of all, where your parents met first time. So you can type any city or any place name. So let's say I'm going to type California, USA. Okay, now before we proceed, one thing which I need to mention is, we have to add a function so that whenever a user type the answer, it will convert it to, all the characters to capital letters or to small letters. Because let's say in case if a user forget to type this capital C, instead of writing capital C, he types small c, okay, small English alphabet, then it will not accept that answer. So just for the user easiness, so that the user can do it easily, what we're gonna do is, here when we say, when we get the answer, instead of this we can just say dot to string dot to lowercase, okay? Just type this function and it will convert all the string to small English alphabet. Okay, now we have to test the app again. Okay, so the app is running now successfully, and now let's set some questions, the answers. So go to the set security questions, and let's say now I'm going to type in English alphabets. Let's say California, okay, capital C, and then the second question is, who is your favorite superhero? So I can just type Iron Man or Tony Stark, whatever you want to answer it. Okay, so you can see these are the answer. If I click on the set button, here you can see security questions, which is the sub child of this parent node, okay, phone number. And if I expand it, here you can see we have this California, okay, it convert this string to small English alphabet, okay, instead of capital C it is now small c. And then the Iron Man, here you can see this, okay? So this is working really nice, this is really cool. And once the user set these questions, he can also edit these questions, okay? And before edit these, what I'm going to do is, I just want you guys to add a intent, so that after setting the questions we will send the user to the home activity. So here we just need to type the intent, okay? So for the time saving, I'm just going to copy it from our login activity. which is nothing but just this. Come here to the reset and paste it here. I mean, this is just this intent. Okay, intent, we are on the reset password activity. Reset password activity, we want to send the user to the home activity and remove this prevalent, and instead we say start activity for the intent. Now let's test it, what we got there. I mean, one thing which I remember now is also we need to display these questions. I mean, if the user has already set the questions, we have to display the previous answers for that on the settings activity too. If you go to the settings activity and then set security questions, and here you can see we have to retrieve these answers from the database, which is these two, and display it here. Okay, so that the user can know what my previous answer are. Okay, then he can edit and update it. So yeah, in case of that, what we're gonna do is that here inside the else statement we have wrote all these things. Now what I'm going to do is just cut this code, control X, okay, up to here, control X. Sorry, one thing is left, which is up to this semicolon. Okay, control X, and then what I'm going to do is to create a separate method for this, and we will pass out that code there. Okay, so private void set answers, that's it, and then paste the whole code here. So yeah, that's it. Now we need to just call this method here, which is set answers. Now we need to create another method so that there we can retrieve and display the previous answers. So we can say private void, let's give it a name as display previous answers. Okay, and then in that case what we're gonna do, we need a reference to here. Okay, copy it, paste that here, and then we can say reference dot add value event listener, new value event listener. Make sure to put a semicolon here. So we have a reference to the users, then the phone number, and then inside that phone we can say reference dot child. We have this security, let me show it to you first, which is this one, security questions, and answer 1, answer 2. So we can say make sure to use the same spellings, otherwise your app will crash. Security questions, that's it. And here we can say if data snapshot dot exist. So if this exists, what we're gonna do, we have to, we need to retrieve the thing. Okay, so we can say answer 1 equals to data snapshot dot child, and the child is answer 1. Okay, which is the same this one. Okay, answer 1 and then answer 2 dot get value dot to string, and let's copy paste this. This will be our answer 2. Make sure to change this to answer 2. Now we have to display it, so we can just say that is question 1 dot set text and pass the answer 1 to it, and then we have question 2 dot set text and pass the answer 2 to it. So that's it. Now let's run the app. Okay, we have to call this method also here at the top, so I just forget. Let's call that here. After this set answers, we can just paste it here, and now let's run the app again. So the app is running now successfully. Now let's go to the settings, set security questions, and it do not display the answers. And what's the error here? and the error is because we call this method inside a wrong place. I mean, it is not here. Okay, control X, cut this from here, because if a user click on the verify button, then that method will be called. Okay, and we do not want it like that. We just want, if it checks that if the user come from the settings, then we have to call this method, which is display previous answers, and yeah, the rest of the thing will remain the same. So let's check it once more time. So the app is running now successfully. Settings, set security questions, and here you can see this. Boom, it is working really nice. This is really incredible. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this. I mean, let's change this first question answer, okay, which is where your parent met first time. So let's say I'm going to change it to London. Okay, then click on set, and here you can see it is changed to London, then Iron Man. Okay, you can see it. So yeah, I mean, this is working really nice. If we go back and let's click on set security questions, then here you can see London, Iron Man. So yeah, I mean, this is working really nice. So yeah, that's it for this video, and in the next video tutorial we will finally allow a user to answer these questions from the forget password activity. I mean, where the user has to answer correctly these two question answers. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video, and if anyone is new to our channel, then please subscribe our channel Coding Cafe, and yeah, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram account by this username, where basically I will update you guys about the recent updates. I mean, about the projects which we will be starting soon, and also the upcoming video tutorials. So yeah, take care of yourself, and bye for now.